Live from the KXLY Broadcast Center. Now, KXLY 4 News at 11.
And we begin with KXLY 4 storm team coverage for you. It was early evening when that line of thunderstorms rolled through the Palouse heading for North Idaho. In Spokane, dark clouds, strong winds, heavy rains tore through the area. Damage done as the storm pounded the South Hill. In Cheney, a direct hit. The Eastern Eagles game delayed as hail, wind, and rain pounded that community. And then in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, a live picture of downtown tonight. As quickly as it came, it was gone. Now it is calm. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Richard Brown. The cleanup has begun as power crews working into the night, perhaps through the weekend, to restore power to thousands of families who are right now in the dark. In-depth storm team coverage with Chairston Ramsing live in North Idaho, John Langler in Spokane. But first, to KXLY4's Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker in our Weather Center. Chris.
Well, the storm zipped through at between 40 and 50 miles per hour this afternoon. This is 6 hours worth of radar data, and it shows the storms as they made their way through Lincoln, Whitman, Spokane, and Adams County into Kootenai and Bonner County. The severe thunderstorm warnings were issued for those counties. As you can see now, boy, that storm is a distant memory with only a few isolated sprinkles left behind. Lightning tracker 6 hours worth shows the amazing amount of lightning that came with these storms. These are just the cloud to ground lightning strikes, but along with the lightning came very gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour, uprooting trees, causing widespread damage, and in addition, some very large hail. We had numerous reports of 3/4-inch hail and even larger in some locations. Well, as I mentioned, the storm, as quickly as it moved through, it is long gone now. The cold front is to our east. We have drier, more stable air coming in, and in your TrueView day planner, a much quieter forecast. Mostly sunny skies to start the day. 60 degrees at 8 o'clock. We're going to be warming up into the lower 80s, which is actually a little above average for this time of year, although cooler than the past couple of days, with a few clouds popping up in the afternoon. A very pleasant Saturday and a nice start to your Labor Day weekend. I'll let you know about the rest of the weekend coming up in just a few minutes. Richard?
Thank you, Chris. KXLY4 storm team coverage continuing now with our John Langler. It's a dark night for some families on Spokane South Hill, John.
Richard, especially here where we are on 31st between Bernard and Division, and some of the power has been restored here, but there's still some homes without power. The reason? This tree, which snapped in half, the top part falling on some power lines. There's a car buried underneath. It's damage and a cleanup that's going to take a long time. Twisted power lines strewn along 31st Avenue. The reason? This tree hit with strong winds. It split and fell to the ground.
Heard the computer beep and went to turn the computer off and heard a crash.
Andrea Gunning heard it all. For hours, a live wire was lying right next to her front door.
Came out front to see what happened, and there was a lot of sparks flying and lines going down everywhere.
A few blocks away, Kay Gray lights candles in the dark. Her power went out as she was watching TV. Just outside, lightning struck this tree.
Loud crackling, kind of, and I was in the other side of the house and I saw something kind of flash out that other window.
The storm rolled into the area as a package of thunder and lightning, rain and wind. 60-mile-an-hour winds, reports of hail, downed trees, and property damage. Very recently, there was also quite a lot of power out here on the South Hill, but again, here on 31st, some of the power is starting to come back on. That's not the way it is across the rest of the South Hill, though. There are still some reported power outages in the area. It's going to be a long time for Avista to clean this up. There are some crews here on scene right now, but with the tree lying across the way, there are wires all over the place. It's going to take a long time. Also, one of the other side effects of this is with the power out, all the traffic lights were down. About an hour ago, we saw a car accident on 29th and Bernard because of the power being out. Obviously, again, drivers, if they see a power line or a traffic light with no power, make sure you treat it as a four-way stop. But again, here on 31st, it appears power is slowly coming back on. Reporting live in the South Hill, John Langler, KXLY4.
Thank you, John. As the storm passed Spokane, moved into North Idaho, widespread power outages there. KXLY4's Chairston Ramsing live in Coeur d'Alene tonight. How did North Idaho fare?
North Idaho fared a little bit better than Spokane, it seems. I was out at Rockford Bay on Lake Coeur d'Alene earlier this evening when a huge wall of water came our way. The lightning was so intense, the thunder so loud that you could actually feel it inside of your chest, the wind so strong that it knocked out power to some 2,800 customers. One place hit the hardest, apparently the Coeur d'Alene Casino this evening. Kootenai Electric tells us a transmission line that carries power to its customers is down just south of Coeur d'Alene. You can see in this video that generators at the casino still allowing people to gamble despite power outages to the hotel. Golfers at Circling Rabin describe what it was like as the storm came crashing in.
No, actually, it was raining pretty hard. As I looked over, Steve said, "We're done, right?" I said, "No, we're golfers. We play through the rain. This is the way we are."
And he said,
"Okay." And then we just kept going.
Now, the folks at the casino tell us no one there was injured this evening due to the power outages or to the subsequent rain and the wind and the storm. Right now, power is out to a large majority of people in Worley, Plummer, St. Mary's, and Harrison. But good thing, no injuries to report here in North Idaho. Of course, we'll keep you updated on this storm throughout the evening and tomorrow, and you can always go to our website at KXLY.com. Reporting live in Coeur d'Alene, Cherston Ramsing, KXLY 4.